Listen, when a powerful man starts panicking last minute about documents he claimed he wanted released for years, yeah, that don't sound like confidence. That sounds like a little fear. Trump began trying to stop this vote every way he could, dragging lawmakers into the Situation Room, pressuring Republicans behind closed doors, trying to keep these Epstein's files buried like it was radioactive. But here's the wild part. He ain't running from the Democrats. He's running from the truth. And now even his own people are saying, bruh, it's too late. So let's break down clip by clip. Because when House Minority Whip, one of the highest ranking lawmakers in the country, says Trump's reversal is a sign of desperation, uh-oh, that ain't politics. That's a diagnosis.
Joining us now, Democratic Congresswoman from Massachusetts and Minority Whip Katherine Clark. It's good to see you. I wonder why you think Donald Trump changed his mind so dramatically late last night.
Listen, he's been in a full pressure campaign, calling Republican members to the Situation Room in the White House just last week to try and stop this vote. He has been desperate since he took office to go back on his promise to be transparent, to seek justice. And now he sees that this vote is very likely coming to the floor, because they had to eventually swear in Adelita Grijalva, who was that last signature on the discharge petition, bringing it to the floor this week.
Look, when a president drags people into a situation room, the place where they talk war, national emergencies, terror threats, just to stop a vote on transparency, that tells you everything. This man wasn't worried about national security. He was worried about national exposure. Trump knew the math. He knew the vote was coming. He knew Adelita getting sworn in put the petition over the top. And he knew Republicans weren't going to fall on the sword for him this time. So what does he do? He pivots, of course. He pretends like, yeah, it was my idea the whole time. Oh, yeah. Go ahead and release the files, please. This ain't strategy. This is survival. This is like seeing a wave coming and saying, oh, yeah. I was gonna surf on that thing already.
But it is too late. And we have heard from, as you just had on your show earlier, survivors from the victims of Epstein. It is way past time that Donald Trump live up to his promises and release the files. And he doesn't need a vote in the House or in the Senate to do it. He is under subpoena from the Oversight Committee. If he wants to comply, he can comply today.
That right there is the part nobody wants to sit with. Trump doesn't need a vote. He doesn't need Congress. He doesn't need permission. If he wanted transparency, he would have had the files already. Instead, he fought it, he delayed it, he blocked it, lobbied against it, and begged the Republicans to stand down. And only when the vote became unstoppable, only when the politics just went against him, only when the survivors refused to stop talking, did he suddenly be like, yeah, sure, release him. That ain't leadership. That's a man cornered by reality.
I think it is going to be a pretty overwhelming vote. We've certainly heard from some colleagues, Republican colleagues, that they are sticking with this Democratic hoax. But, you know, most members see this for what it is. It is long past time that Donald Trump get out of the way of his own campaign promise and release these files. This is about justice and transparency, and whatever the files hold, they hold.
You know, it's bad when Republicans, his own party, are like, yeah, bro, go ahead and release it. We're done. Because here's the truth. A lot of these Republicans ran on releasing the files. They used it up to fire up their base. They used it to attack Democrats. They used Epstein as a political weapon. So now the survivors show up. Now the families speak out. Now the truth is on the table. And suddenly you got to back up that whole talk you was talking. And Trump, he over there looking like one of the guys at the cookout who started the fight and now telling everybody to calm down.
Listen, we know that we are going to have to keep the pressure on this administration, this Department of Justice. But I think that what this moment shows is that the people want these files. They want justice for these survivors. This isn't a partisan issue. This is about transparency and trying to find the truth for the victims of Jeffrey Epstein. And so we know that we may see more gamesmanship with these files from the administration. We may see them trying to withhold information. But like I said before, they are under subpoena right now.
I love how she said that, because that's the fight right now. On one side, survivors, families, the public, people who really want the truth. And on the other side, an administration playing hide and seek with the evidence. A president doing mental gymnastics to avoid being accountable. And a DOJ that has been dragging its feet like a child who doesn't want to go clean his room. Let's be real. Justice in cases like this, it just doesn't happen automatically. You got to fight for every indictment. You got to push for every document. You got to drag the truth out of the shadows. And these survivors, they're done being quiet. They're done being polite. Done waiting for politicians to grow some nuts and a conscience.
Because there hasn't been a lot of commentary from the Senate. The president has not spoken about what he expects from Republicans in the Senate. This has been a very House-specific effort on his part to block these files. So we need to keep the pressure up, and a great way to do that is to have a huge vote coming out of the House, a bipartisan vote saying it is long past time to get this truth to the American people and to seek justice for the victims.
Once Republicans vote yes in the House, the Senate can't hide no more, because this vote ain't just transparency, it's a test of character. Politicians love to say they're protecting children. Cool. Here's your chance. Put your name on it. A bipartisan yes means we're done with excuses. We're done with delays. We're done with protecting the powerful. And trust me, once those files drop, some folks who've been real loud for the last few years, oh, they gonna get real quiet, real fast. Trump spent years hyping these files up. He told people he was going to clean house. He told the country he'd expose corruption. Now the truth might hit his side of the street. Now suddenly it's a hoax. Now he's running from a vote he can't control. Nah, man, that ain't leadership. That's fear. And it's just dressed up in strategy. Survivors don't deserve this injustice. The country deserves answers. Transparency should not depend on who might get embarrassed. This vote is going to show us exactly who stands with the truth and who stands with the cover-up. This is Hood Politics. If you want the truth without filters, hit that subscribe button. And we're going to keep breaking this down, lie by lie, until every stone gets turned over. You feel me? Hey, this is Hood Politics. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And come back for more. We out of here.